So the Nintendo Switch 2 is about to be out for almost 3 months now, and the main question that we all have is, where are all the games? So far we're about to be 3 months in, and the only true exclusive games that we have so far is Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, yes, these games are pretty good, however Nintendo has shown us a bunch of different games, all with the release date just saying 2025. And thanks to that, rumors are now coming in that we're gonna get a bunch of directs up soon. Here we have an article from Game Rant, which basically just shows that there is indeed a new rumor circulating around that there could be potentially some Nintendo Directs coming in September. Whether it's gonna be just one Direct or if it's gonna be multiple Directs, that's still up for debate. But with only 4 months left of the year, we obviously have to speculate, when are these games that Nintendo promised gonna come out? So we did have Switch Force come out and post that apparently a Nintendo Direct is scheduled sometime in around September 12th, which if you know what that is literally one day before the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Which in this case it does make sense considering that Nintendo has always done something every 5 years for the Mario franchise. So with that being said, definitely a brand new system as well as the face of the company having the 40th anniversary, I'm sure they're gonna have something. But if you scroll down here, you see we also have Metroid Prime 4, which in this case we did get Nintendo to say that it is gonna come out in 2025. But again, till this day, we just don't know when exactly this 2025 is gonna happen, but definitely time is indeed running out. So that's why now there is a possibility where we could technically get a Nintendo Direct promoting the 40th anniversary, as well as we can also get something Metroid related. So like I said, we did have the Kirby Air Riders Direct come out last week, which in this case it did show off a lot of cool things, along with a bunch of different characters that we can play as now. But one of the things that was shown out for the Kirby Air Riders game was the release date. In this case, if you guys missed it, well, a little bit of spoilers, not really. It's basically going to control exactly like the GameCube one, where in this case we only have to press a certain button in order to actually play the game. Not to mention we finally got the release date coming out on November 20th of 2025. But that makes us question, Metroid Prime 4 was announced years ago and we finally got the release date of just 2025, so I highly doubt they're going to end up delaying this again. I mean, when you think about it, Kirby Air Riders was literally announced, and then on top of that, it already has a release date. Compared to this thing, it's been years and we don't even have an official release date other than 2025. Now don't get me wrong, Kirby Air Riders looks like a very good game, however I feel like Metroid Prime 4 just has a lot more hype to it. So if I were to guess, this is probably going to end up coming out sometime around October just to try to get as many sales in right before the holidays and Black Friday or for Christmas. Because not gonna lie, around that time is where people just go crazy and start spending like you don't even know. Like me as well, I also spend a lot around the holiday time. Like last year alone, I think I bought myself at least a cool 13, 14 PS5 games from Best Buy, all because they were on sale. So if that tells you something, that definitely proves that around that time, everybody's just on spending money mode. And don't get me wrong, I am definitely planning on picking up Kirby Air Riders, so that's already one thing on my list. But at the same exact time, if they do announce the Metroid Prime before the holidays, I'm also going to be getting it. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, I'm going to be getting it regardless. But as for Mario though, Mario is just something that I guarantee you we're going to have something released this year because it just makes sense. I mean, the 40th anniversary isn't something small. 40 years is a lot. My guy, I just turned 25 the other day and I already feel like that's a very long time to be alive. But in this case, we're talking about 40 years here. That is literally still 15 more years than my whole entire life, which is a lot when you think about it, considering that is more than half of my life. So yeah, there's that. One of the things that I personally think might actually be on the list is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, why do I think Super Mario Galaxy 2? Well, for one, last time we had the 35th anniversary, they actually ended up announcing the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. Yes, that one ended up being just a limited time, but it didn't have Mario Galaxy 2. They ended up adding Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. There was some people saying, well, the reason they didn't want to do Mario Galaxy 2 was because, I guess, something to do with the motion controls and the Yoshi. Personally, I haven't played Galaxy 2. If you guys have been following along, I recently started replaying the original Super Mario Galaxy, so yeah, there's that. I haven't played it and I never finished it as a kid, so this is my first time actually running through it. So yeah, there's that. But from what I've heard of, Galaxy 2 is a very good game, but the motion controls are very heavy using the Yoshi mechanic. And obviously the Switch 1, I can kind of see how the issue would be, but now with the Switch 2 having the, the mouse control, I personally think you can technically use that similar to how they used it with Mario Paint now that they added it onto the Nintendo Switch Online. So yeah, there's always that. I definitely think you can probably get away with it using the mouse control. Not to mention, we could also just get another Odyssey game, considering that the last true 3D Mario game that came out was back in like 2017. So it has definitely been a minute. However, like I said, so in this case, we already have a Metroid Prime Direct coming out if they decide to not mix it up. And of course, we have the guaranteed Mario one that's bound to happen at any point. Now keep in mind, Switch Force has been correct before in predicting the dates of a couple of different directs or announcements. So him saying that it's probably on the 12th, it makes a lot of sense considering that the 12th is literally just one day before the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. But what about the other games such as Hyrule Warriors and other games such as Dust Bloods? You know, Dust Bloods right here also looks like it's going to be a very good game, but none of these actually have a release date just yet. Some of them just have the year, some of them are literally to be determined, but I think Nintendo has to start putting some actual dates on it, so the chances of actually getting 3 directs are probably a little low. However, they definitely need to put some pep in their step, because as of right now, if they do plan on selling more Switch 2 consoles, they definitely need to release more than just Donkey Kong and Mario Kart, especially considering, yeah, we are going to get Kirby. However, Kirby is also low-key another racing game. So if you already have people that, for one, if they didn't buy Mario Kart because they're just not racing fans, then they are probably not going to end up buying Kirby Air Riders, considering that it's almost another racing game. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, yes, that one was very good as well, but I also understand that not everybody is a fan of Donkey Kong. All some pretty good games, but obviously we need more in order to actually attract more people and players, especially during the holidays on their very first year of the Switch 2. Cause like realistically, I got myself the Switch 2 just because I was like, you know what, I need it, I'm a collector, it's gonna be in my collection anyway, so you know what, let's get it. But at the same time, also make some content for you guys. But realistically, I could have kind of held off on it, considering that there's only 2 games, like literally. I kind of want to get the Switch 2 versions of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, but there is no point in it considering that the first game on the Switch, that works exactly the same with an update. Like yeah, Mario Kart is good and Donkey Kong is good, however at the end of the day, there's lots of other games that many people are interested in. But I don't know, personally, I think we're at least going to get a Mario Direct and the Metroid Prime Direct sometime around September. The rest of them, such as the Hyrule Warriors game, I don't know if we're going to actually be getting that. I mean, not in September, but I'm sure maybe in October they might announce something. But at the end of the day, like I said, all of this is just speculation, but my main guess is definitely something Mario related, minimum. But with that said, let me know in the comment section below if you think we're actually going to end up getting a Nintendo Direct sometime next month. I honestly think so, at least one of them. Probably not all 3, how they're being rumored, but we definitely got to get something because the year is literally near the end already. Personally, like I said, the Mario one is at least almost a guaranteed one. Metroid Prime and the other regular Direct, who knows? If they mix it up again, maybe. But I don't think they're going to want to try to showcase something as big as Prime as well as something as big as the Mario Direct. But that's just my guess, but make sure to follow for more gaming content. Later.